Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Brian Stempen.
What is your major?
I am currently an IS&T major in the last semester of my junior year.
Now, why do you choose INST again?
Um, I went to the University of Maryland at Baltimore County for a year as a computer science major, and eventually left because of money. And I went and worked in the field for a couple of years, and the IS&T field is the one that, the IS&T major was the major that most closely matched the field that I had just come out of.
No, what was the field that it came out of?
Excuse me?
What was the field that it came out with?
I came out of the field as a systems administrator. So IS&T seemed to match my skill set quite well and hopefully would round me out.
So was the system administrator for what? Windows or Linux or what?
I did a combination. My largest deployment was of 250 machines. Half of them were in Florida. That was a mixed environment of OS X, Windows, and Linux. So I've worked with some pretty hairy situations.
I see. So far, do you think your time at Temple was well spent?
I think it's been well spent. I've found many avenues at Temple to take to make it well spent. One of them being the ACM. Another one being the research opportunities. Temple's a very big research university, and by kind of shining through and being the best I can be, I've managed to get picked up by one of the research professors or the research assistant, which will set me up nicely for graduate school and possibly a PhD.
Yeah, what actually are you doing with the research professor?
Right now I'm working for Professor Slobodan Vasiunic in the IS&T department. He currently has a project dealing with traffic analysis, particularly in the city of Minneapolis. So my job was to help him with that. The big thing was to create a way for him to display these traffic patterns, and secondly, there were some pieces that he needed in order to turn around and do some machine learning. For one, he had no way of creating a graph of sensors. So he had no way previously of stating that one sensor affected another sensor, or that one sensor was upstream from another sensor. So with that information, he can turn around and make much more vibrant, much more accurate predictions of future to come.
Well, so you are planning on to doing that as your potential research project, maybe some advanced degree program kind of that. Is that
potentially?
The plan?
That depends on where I go to do my master's degree. If I stay here, there's a very good chance I'll still be on that project. If I go somewhere else, I would definitely like to do a research project that has to do with geographic information systems. Almost everything I've done to date has had a lot to do with GIS.
So what made you do the switch from a system administration to kind of a data analysis work?
Boredom.
Really?
That was the big part of it.
Really?
Yes. My thought is that a good systems administrator works himself out of a job. We're in the age of computers. You know, we should be automating things. So I always try to automate my own job. And there are times where I was successful, and so I found myself very bored. Or other times where my company simply wasn't interested in that type of thing. So I felt like I needed to go elsewhere. I felt like I needed to do more.
I see. It makes a lot of sense. Now, what information security kind of a job interest to you?
Why would it interest me?
Yeah, information security.
Well, that is something that continuously changes, and that's something that's not automated, so to speak. Sure, once you develop a policy, you can automate enforcement or deployment of it. But coming up with that policy is a very difficult and very sticky task that requires a lot of groundwork. It requires a lot of understanding. It's certainly an interesting field. I mean, I myself experimented a lot with things at home, such as running SSL web servers and GPGing everything I touch, and there's a lot of tasks to be made. There's a lot of tasks to be completed. There's a lot of things to be automated yet.
I see. Did you have any internship at Temple?
Since I've returned to university to finish my undergrad degree, I've only been employed by Temple. I have not left Temple since.
So what is your status now?
I am in the last semester of my junior year.
Wow. That sounds pretty good plan for me?
Well, the aim is to go to graduate school. The world ends in 2012, so I might as well stay in school till it ends.
I see. Now, do you have a plan to join the ACM program competition?
I have an overlapping commitment. I joined and promptly had to back out. So Professor Wolfgang doesn't like me too much right now.
I see. Well, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.